Hello, everyone. Dr. Jack Wolfson here, board certified cardiologist and founder of Natural Heart Doctor. You are in the right place if you are here for a webinar tonight that will change your life moving forward. Healthy holidays and a plan for 2024. Jump into the chat box, say hello. The chat box is open. We've got well over 1,000 people signed up for this webinar tonight. And again, it's great to see everyone in here. Old friends, new friends. I hope it is wonderful wherever you are. You're having a fantastic holiday season. Happy holiday season. You deserve it. You are all such great people because I know many of you and we are all connected, and it's just so wonderful to have you here. Again, I'm Dr. Jack Wolfson. You're here for Healthy Holidays. We got a lot of people signed up for the call. Jump into the chat box if you have questions as we go along. Probably the questions are best saved for later because we'll get to a Q&A at the end. Give me about, about 30, 40 minutes for tonight's presentation, and then we'll save time for Q&A. And if you need to log out early, don't worry. The replay will be available as soon as the recording is over, and then we'll email out to everyone as well who signed up that we went live and had a fantastic event. So again, welcome everyone jumping in, and I appreciate when people say where they're from. I love that because it gets people to, you see similar people all around the world. I would love to develop a community at some point, and in that community where we have the ability to reach out to members in that community so we can even connect with people maybe who live in our town, who live in our state, maybe when we're on vacation, if we can hook up with like-minded people for an organic paleo dinner. So again, it's wonderful that everyone is here, and I'm going to wait a couple more seconds for some more people to log on. And again, it's great to be with you at this holiday time. I appreciate your time, you being here. I know there's a lot of things competing for your attention, family, friends, other educational events, maybe going on. So we're going to dive right into it. Healthy holidays and a plan for 2024. Okay, so this class tonight is for you. If you want to lose weight, if you want to feel better, fit in your clothes better, just things are just a little loose, you fit into that thing you used to wear, it's been tight for a while. 2024 is going to be your time to shed off a few pounds. I just got back from a trip, and if you're in an airplane seat, what if the seat's too, like you're just too big for the seat, and it's uncomfortable, it's difficult to travel. Sometimes aches and pains that go along with being a little bit overweight. I know that I fluctuate between 170 and 180, and I know that when I'm closer to 170, I just feel a little stronger. I feel a little more nimble and mobile, and I think that's helpful. Also, if you want to feel more confident with your appearance in 2024 and beyond, I'm not this aesthetic guy. I'm all about, beauty is on the inside. But again, if you want to feel more, when we look our best, we tend to have the most amount of confidence. You know that, I know that. Now, the class is also for you if you want to wake up refreshed. I think the techniques we're going to teach are how you wake up in the morning, you've got energy, you feel refreshed, you have energy to do the tasks of not only the day, but also accomplish your dreams. One of my favorite quotes is by Thoreau, and Thoreau said, "Go confidently in the direction of your dreams, live the life you imagined." Are you living the life that you've imagined? If not, can these techniques and strategies help you? This is also, if you want to get off of pharmaceuticals in 2024, if you're like me, I wouldn't want to be on any pharmaceuticals. And of course, I don't take pharmaceuticals. And this is your plan if you want to get off because you're concerned about the side effects. You're concerned, do the drugs even work? And there's a lot of debate, certainly, that do the cholesterol drugs work to lower your risk of heart attack, stroke, and dying? Do the blood pressure drugs work to lower your risk of heart attack, stroke, and dying? Do any of these drugs really work, and do they work well enough, certainly compared to how you would be if you were normal? Normal on drugs is not the same as normal off drugs. Totally different stratosphere. Okay. And this class is for you if you're anxious for a better approach. Listen, if your plan is to go on Ozempic or Wegovy or something in 2024, this isn't the class for you. This is not the Wegovy class. This is not the Ozempic class. This is the class about getting healthy naturally. If you want the 100-year heart and you're not willing to settle for anything less, then this is what this is for. So tonight, we're going to talk about a comprehensive approach to health. We're going to talk about eat these foods in 2024, follow these lifestyle strategies in 2024. We're going to talk about this secret hack for looking and feeling great in 2024 that actually saves you money. And then finally, I'm going to wrap it up with a plan for a 2024 Jumpstart. If you've been with us at Natural Heart Doctor for more than a year or more, well, you know where I'm going with this here for the 2024 Jumpstart. You know who you are. And just a little bit about me real quick. I know everyone here knows that I'm a board certified cardiologist. That's my certification on the right from the National Board of Physicians and Surgeons in cardiovascular disease. And for those of you who don't know, I was with the biggest group in the state of Arizona, all those accolades over the course of 10 years. And then in 2012, I would start my own company, Natural Heart Doctor. I am married to my beautiful bride, Dr. Heather. We've got 4 beautiful children and an 8-month-old medium-sized golden doodle. So that's what we have here for you. And I became a natural heart doctor after meeting my wife in 2005, and she opened up my eyes to health and wellness. So I know all the medical side and I know the natural side, and I choose to practice on the natural side. Here's my book on the left, The Paleocardiologist, The Natural Way to Heart Health. On the right, the textbook of integrative cardiovascular medicine, of which I was a contributing author in there. Now, you all know that cardiovascular disease is the #1 killer worldwide. Millions with high blood pressure, millions with abnormal cholesterol, millions of heart attacks and strokes. And pharmaceuticals, pharma is not the answer. It's not the answer. There's nothing happy or healthy in a Walgreens. Does that box look happy and healthy to you? When you go inside of a pharmacy, does that look happy and healthy to you? Do the people inside of there, with all due respect, do they look happy and healthy? Now, they may be happy in there. Some of those people may be happy, but I assure you, if you're doing anything else inside of a Walgreens outside of getting a birthday card or a bag of pens and paper or something for your printer, you're in the wrong place. If you're going there for health, you're in the wrong spot. And I know most of you are not. So this is what I think is the answer to the problems here. And we call this the 100-year heart wheel. Natural Heart Doctor is the home of the 100-year heart. And on the outside, the goals really are clarity, good brain function. A lot of people are concerned about cognitive issues, memory issues. It's not only just about the clarity that we want this vitality. We want to be able to live our dreams, do the things we want to do. And we want the longevity. We want to do it for a long period of time. We do want to live a nice long life. Whenever that is, we're happy and we're healthy and we're doing our thing. And then we don't wake up one day and we are with God. So inside of this wheel is the eat well, live well, think well. And a lot of what my motivation for tonight's presentation is just to tell you that following the components of the wheel is your answer in 2024. So I want you to start thinking, how are you going to follow these tenets more in 2024? Can we hit the ground running the right way in order to follow our methodology of eat well, live well, think well? And this is what our focus is at Natural Heart Doctor. No matter what your cardiovascular condition is, no matter what your health condition is, it will get better from everything that we are doing. I assure you, I assure you, I assure you. Okay, so let's talk about 3 foods that I want everyone to focus on in 2024. You're going to get a replay on this. We'll send a follow-up on this by email. But if you say to yourself, okay, in 2024, I'm going to commit to eating more of these foods, you will do very well. Number 1 is seafood. Seafood is the healthiest food on the planet. People with the highest levels of omega-3, study just came out this week that showed the same thing. If you have the highest levels of omega-3, you have the lowest risk of everything. Now, this study that recently came out, I don't have it up here, but I just read about it. It really showed that if you have, quote unquote, a family history, which I'm not a big believer in family history, but they did identify if you had a family history of cardiovascular disease and you ate a lot of seafood, that was a great strategy for you. So what are the things in here? Well, this is where we got fish. We've got fish roe, like wild salmon roe. We've got shellfish, clams, oysters, shrimp, lobster, crab. Last night, I went out for dinner with Heather and our little girls down in Arizona, and we had, I had salmon for dinner, and for an appetizer, I had oysters. And that's what the girls had. That's what my wife had. We had a little bit of stone crab claws, which are a total delicacy and a total treat. It's really spectacular. Alice Wells, you know about the oysters, don't you? In Phoenix, right? I tell you about that when you go for Oyster Friday at Whole Foods. All right, so fish, roe, and shellfish 3 to 5 times per week. And this is going to be breakfast, lunch, and dinner when you can have these things. So try and fit in seafood for breakfast or lunch or dinner. Lots of different possibilities there. Don't be concerned about the metals and how people talk about microplastics. We tested our wild salmon roe and the whole fish product that we have, and those are the fish in the capsules that we have at Natural Heart Doctor. There was 0 BPA detectable in those products. The mercury, lead, cadmium, arsenic, they were all at low levels. And this is not a mega dosing that we have in that, but my point is that when you're eating these seafoods, wild salmon, sardines, anchovies, the smaller mackerel, these healthy fish, you need not worry. I still think that even if you ate tuna, there are still so many medicinal benefits to tuna. Even then, I wouldn't worry about mercury. And if you work with us at Natural Heart Doctor, we test your levels of the metals, and I'm not seeing anybody come back with toxic levels. I'm just not. And remember, all of these good things in the seafood help to detoxify metals anyways. So best sources, you know, we've got a page on the website called Products We Recommend. We've got the food companies we recommend. Just check it out on the website. It's in the Learning Center. It's under Products We Recommend. You can check that out. So that's seafood. Now, number 2 food you want to focus on, pasture-raised animals. And that is the silhouette of a bison. And I think that the bison is a phenomenal strategy. That's why I listed it number 1. And again, on the Products We Recommend page, you can get that, see the companies that we buy from that we recommend. So we're talking about bison, the free-range, grass-fed, grass-finished. They're essentially wild animals is what they are. Cow, lamb, pork or pig, chicken, turkey, elk. And these have to be ethically raised. The more ethically raised and sourced they are, the better. But don't forget, eat the organs or take organ cap supplements. Tonight, when I'm done with this presentation, I will be cooking bison heart and bison liver. I'll be doing the cuts of the bison heart, searing it on both sides, and then eating it essentially raw, but not essentially raw in the center. It is raw in the center. That's what I will be eating. The liver, heart, the kidney. These are nature's multivitamins and multiminerals. It's all in there. If you want a strong heart, eat heart. If you want a strong liver, eat liver. And when you get all the nutrients in the heart and liver, you're giving your body all the tools it needs to get the job done. So I understand there's palate issues. I understand that a hot fudge sundae may be more palatable at this time of year, but you got to get rid of it. You gotta eat healthy if you want to live a long life with clarity, vitality, and longevity. Why? Because you deserve it. You're a good person. We need more of you around. I know you're a good person because you're listening to me right now. We need more of you around. So please eat the seafood, eat the organs, eat the eggs, eat the free-range grass-fed meats. You can take capsules in these different products if you want to. Just get it into your body. And just like the seafood with the animal products, we're looking at 3 to 5 meals per week on those, including the pasture-raised eggs. Number 3, focus on any food that contains sulfur. So sulfur is going to be in high levels in things like onion, garlic, leeks, and that part of the family. Also the brassica vegetables, the broccoli, the Brussels sprouts, the cauliflower. Eggs have a lot of sulfur. Nuts and seeds contain sulfur. Raw dairy contains sulfur, and all animal and seafood, because just like we need it, so do the animals and so do the eggs, and that's why it contains sulfur. Now, sulfur is the body's detoxifier. Sulfur helps to make glutathione, to get these metals and other chemicals out of the body. We want a lot of glutathione. We measure people's levels of glutathione. In addition, the sulfur helps the blood vessels become slick. It makes blood vessels slick like the outside of a fish. And if your blood vessels are slick like the outside of a fish, they're never going to clot. You're not going to have a heart attack. They will be like Teflon, which would be bad, except for Teflon, when it's natural on the inside of your blood vessels, is good. Now, I gave you those 5 different foods, and I want to tell you 5 foods to avoid in 2024. But I also want you to pay attention, focus on the foods we should be eating, but take a look at this here. 5 foods to avoid. Number 1, pesticide foods. Just eat organic food. When you go out, vote with your pocketbook. I'm not going unless it is something that's farm to table, that it's organic, that hasn't been sprayed with pesticides. Pesticides kill pests. They kill us. Very nasty stuff. Make sure 2024, you are committing to eating organic food. Number 2, alcohol. Cut back on the alcohol. If you can do so now, the better. But 2024 should be a year of very low alcohol consumption. I used to be a drinker. I was a social drinker. My social life was very good in Chicago in my 20s. Now I rarely have alcohol. It's just not healthy. It's a liver toxin. If we can avoid it, at the most 1 to 2 drinks per week, the daily drinking has really got to stop. Artificial foods. Get rid of the artificial foods, the artificial flavors, aspartame, acesulfame, the artificial colors, the artificial sweeteners. Again, we've got to get rid of all these different things. Even sometimes the things that say natural flavors, processed foods, box foods, the more processed the foods are, the more dangerous they are. So when I eat bison, when I eat eggs, when I eat vegetables, when I eat nuts and seeds, there is no processing to that. I eat very little processed food. Not none, but very little. And of course, everything I eat is always organic. So we also want to cut back on the sugar intake. So can you commit in 2024 to not having any processed sugar, coconut sugar, beet sugar, regular, table sugar, wherever it's coming from? And if you want a sweetener, just use raw honey or use organic maple syrup. Do you think you can commit to that, people? Fruit sugar is another thing. Just be careful because we can easily overdo it on fruit. And the best fruit with the lowest sugar and the most medicinal value are the berries. So again, you're going to do what you're going to do, but I want to be able to tell you, like, these are some strategies to push these certain foods, avoid these certain foods. And I am making a commitment. I'm not going to have any sugar in 2024 unless it's raw honey or organic maple syrup. Now, the crazy thing is food companies get this. There are plenty of things you can find online, and there's plenty of things you can find that use honey as the sweetener. And honey has vitamins, it has minerals in there, it has other nutrients and antioxidants and phytonutrients. Sugar in any processed form is just not going to. It's just not going to. Brown sugar, all those things, and be careful with the fruit intake. I'm really spoiling everyone's holiday season, huh? Okay, and then again, in 2024, you don't need gluten. It's a sticky protein found in wheat, barley, and rye. It's responsible for leaky gut. It's responsible for grain brain. It's responsible for cardiovascular disease. Leaky gut equals leaky heart. It's just not necessary. You don't need to eat that favorite bread. You can get other breads if you want. There's different companies, and again, it's on products we recommend, but there's Canyon Bakehouse, Simple Needs, Bread, SRSLY. There's some great companies out there if you want to cheat the system by having the grain, but not the gluten. I think that gluten, whether it's from an heirloom variety type of wheat, or you think you're getting it over in Europe, it's just not necessary. There's really not any health values to it, only health detriment. So we can skip out on that. Okay, so those are the food category. Let's talk about the lifestyle hacks for 2024. Let's talk about the lifestyle hacks. Go to sleep earlier. Whatever time you're currently going to bed, go to sleep a little bit earlier. Starting now would be best. Starting in 2024, if you go to sleep at the 11 p.m., make it 10:30. If it's 10:30, make it 10. Just commit to 30 minutes earlier than what you're currently doing now. Can we agree on that? Let's do it. Number 2, commit to spending more time outside. However you need to do this, put a sticky note on your refrigerator, put a sticky note on your computer, put a sticky note on your phone, do alarms on your phones, a calendar where it pops up and it says, have you been outside today? Document how long you spend outside if you would like. I don't think you need to time it to the minute, but, and please don't even ask about the amount of time. It's just the more time you spend outside, the longer you're going to live. The more time you spend outside, the longer you're going to live. Can you commit to going for a walk in the morning, a walk in the noontime, a walk in the afternoon or early evening? I understand it's cold out for a lot of people right now, and it will be for a few more months, but summer will be here. But even still, I used to bike out of a place in Chicagoland, and the motto of the store was, there's no such thing as bad weather, just bad clothes. And I assure you, in Chicago, if you're not familiar, there is bad weather. But if you have the right clothes on, you can pretty much deal with anything. But the more time you spend outside, the more, the longer you're going to live. Number 3, focus on getting relaxed. Plan for massages. Like, get a massage, or have your partner massage you. You massage your partner. That's a great way. I love getting a massage. I don't get them on often enough. I would like to commit to doing more so in 2024. So I will do so. And I think one of the best things about the massage is that you just kind of just like zone out for, for hopefully an hour. Practice breath work. This could be something that is just real simple, where you wake up in the morning, and just when you wake up in the morning, just take some breaths in and out through your nose, just slow, deep breaths. Focus on belly breathing. A lot of different techniques about breathing. I'll try and produce some more content about breathing. If you're one of my team members who's on this, make sure you email me quick. Or even if you're on here and you want to email us and say, hey, Wolfson said he's going to work on some more blogs about breathing and interview some good breathing people. Very important. Practice gratitude. I think gratitude is very relaxing. When you wake up in the morning, 3 things you're grateful for. When you go to bed at night, 3 things you're grateful for. I'm grateful for my health, whatever the health may be. I'm grateful that I have my health and grateful to be alive. I'm grateful for my family or friends or my pet. I'm grateful for my past. I'm grateful for my present. I'm grateful for my future. Again, find these things that you're grateful about. Schedule time each day, each week, again, to get relaxed. Is it going to be at 3 p.m. every day? I'm going to take a 15-minute time out, whatever it's going to be. And then I love this too, this future forecasting. Plan your next vacation. You don't actually have to pay for it, but just spend time planning it. It could be online. It could be talking to family members. It could be next month. It could be next year. It could be sometime in 25 or 26 or 27. Just get something planned for the future. Okay. I'm thinking that I am going to go on a Caribbean vacation where the water is like crystal clear, and of course it's going to be myself and my wife and our 4 children. And we're going to eat a lot of wild seafood. I'm going to call ahead. I'm going to find a place that does like farm to table foods. Like that's what I'm going to do. I don't have the dates. I don't have anything else than just what I set up that I want to do. And that will be what I will be doing. Number 5, if you're not under chiropractic care, get under chiropractic care, get adjusted. We've got a wonderful chiropractor who joined us a few months ago, a natural heart doctor in Scottsdale, Dr. Greg Schneider. Everybody loves this guy, super, super excellent. And we're definitely critics about good chiropractors. So get under chiropractic care, get adjusted, commit in 2024 to get regular with this. Now, regular chiropractic could be once a month. It could be 2 times a month, but whatever it is, get into the commitment of this. Again, why? Because you deserve it, because you deserve health in 2024. And I promise you, I spent 16 years in the hospital systems. The answer is not there for you. The answer is not in the medical community. So, also, is this... Did I give one too many? Get adjusted. Make sure your home is safe. I forgot the number of these final ones here. Make sure your home is safe. Consider getting mold testing. Highly recommended there. Make sure that you're living in a safe home. Reduce your exposure to the EMF. The Wolfsons turn off our Wi-Fi every night. I suggest you do the same. Everything you bring into your house, ... Is it natural or is it poison? If it's poison, don't bring it in. Don't bring it in. So let's commit to those 3 foods. Let's commit to avoiding those 4 foods. Let's commit to these 5 lifestyle hacks. Who's with me, people? Who's with me? Okay, so Cindy Brown, real quick, said Canyon Bakehouse. Yeah, some of the breads that they have, the oils can be a little bit problematic. So I would, and I don't eat Canyon Bakehouse, but it is one of the cleaner, tastier, gluten-free options. But bread, SRSLY, is a fantastic choice. Great company. They do a killer cinnamon raisin bread, but take a look at the sweetener on that. I think that the sweetener in there may be like date sugar or something. Okay. Susan Johnson said noisy exhales. Well, I mean, I got it. When you exhale, you make noise for sure. You don't want me holding my breath the whole time. Okay. So what is that secret strategy I promised? What was the secret strategy? What is the secret strategy? I'm going to tell you right now. The secret strategy is intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is the super strategy. When you go on PubMed.gov, which is where all of the health information is loaded into, all the studies, all the research, it's in there. There are over 130,000 articles that talk about intermittent fasting. And when you do intermittent fasting, this is an article from the New England Journal of Medicine from a couple of years ago by Rafael DeCabo and Mark Matson, a couple of PhDs. They looked at the cardiovascular effects of intermittent fasting. And I assure you, when you do fasting, all this stuff gets better. All this stuff gets better, and all health issues get better. They do. So what these authors found, according to their study in one of the biggest medical journals in the world, is that fasting works for blood pressure. Fasting works for cholesterol numbers. Fasting works for inflammation and oxidative stress. Fasting works for blood sugar and insulin levels. Fasting works for heart rate variability, which is important. It lowers the heart rate, which is important, and it helps with weight loss. When you fast, that's when your body starts to really heal and cleanse. And especially as you get into these longer duration fasts, 36-hour, 48-hour, 72-hour fasts. At the end of a 72-hour fast, your body is looking for food, but you're not eating any food. So it starts to really break down the fat for fuel and food. But also, I think that the body starts to break down coronary plaque and calcification in the blood vessels, because that's just useless scar tissue. And if the body wants food, why not use that? It's not going to break down the brain or the liver or the muscles. It's going to break down scar tissue that it doesn't need. That's why oftentimes when people do longer duration fasts and they start a fasting program, they find that their skin heals up. They find that skin tags and moles and warts and things like that, they go bye-bye because they're just useless. But they do contain protein and they do contain fat. So the body says, we're going to break these things down for fuel. It's very exciting there. Now, check this out. People who routinely fasted had a 71% less heart failure risk, and they also had 42% less heart attacks. That's big numbers. That's big numbers in the Journal of Circulation. So don't get nervous about fasting, because we're here to help you with the fasting program. Routine fasters had 49% greater survival. They had 49% greater survival. Now, Mary's asking about bone broth on the fasting. Again, the fasting and the challenge of fasting is up to you. I think the best fast is truly the biblical version of the fast, where they were, just having water. In some cases, in the Jewish religion, 24-hour Yom Kippur, it was a dry fast, so no water. I think water fasting is the best way to go. Sometimes people do greens juice fast. Sometimes people do bone broth fasts. You can do anything with this. Now, I will say this. When Dr. Jack Wolfson fasts, I do drink coffee. I do drink black coffee. So you do have that you're able to do. But again, the fast and the challenge is yours. And the more you follow it to our directions, the better off you're going to be. And oh, by the way, fasting saves money, because when you're not eating, You're not spending the money on that food. So if you fasted for 24 hours every week, that's 15% of your food budget, which is gone. So that would save you, I mean, probably, $1,000, dollars a year. I mean, at least, just by doing, at least, I mean, for me, it's probably, again, even more than that, but fasting saves you a lot of money. Now, when you break the fast, and we teach a lot, and we'll teach you a lot about breaking the fast. There's a lot of nuance and art to that, but typically you don't play catch up. And especially when we guide you through this, then we got your hand, the whole thing. So I'm going to ask you, again, are you ready to act for 2024? I want you to live the life you imagine, just like Thoreau says. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you imagined. I want you in 2024 to look great. I want you to feel great. I want you to have the energy to do all the things that you want. I want you to feel more confident in the way that you look. I want you to inspire your family and your friends. Hey, look at what Susan did. Look what Michael did. Look what Terry did. Look what Cynthia did. That's how we can really make some amazing impact. You're someone who, again, is overweight. Can we make this better and be an inspiration for everyone, but also, of course, for yourself along the way? We're going to reduce or eliminate pharmaceuticals, and we're going to stay on track for the 100-year heart. So I want to invite you all to join us for this year's 100-year heart challenge, the New Year's Jumpstart, the 100-year heart challenge. We start January 8th. Many of you have done this before. If you've done this before, we want you back in. So let me tell you a little bit about this. Now, this challenge is for anyone who's looking to look and feel their best. It's looking for anyone looking to lower the cardiovascular risk, anyone looking to reduce or eliminate pharmaceuticals, anyone looking for the 100-year heart, but we're also looking for people who are serious about committing to the above. We're looking for people who are serious about looking and feeling their best, serious about lowering their cardiovascular risk, serious about getting off the pharmaceuticals, and serious about being on track for the 100-year heart, longevity, clarity, vitality. So why should you do this challenge in 2024? Again, because you deserve it. You deserve the results. You deserve the health. You deserve to look your best. You deserve to feel your best. You deserve to be around to do all the things that you are intended to do. So what's included here is a 21-day plan, which includes the suggested meals and the recipes that we have in there for you as well. We have a fasting guide giving you step-by-step support on your fasting inside of this program. So we built 2 fasts in here if people want to fast. If you don't want to fast, you don't have to. But if you want to fast for up to 72 hours, we have most people who are successful in doing that. That's why it's called the 100-year heart challenge. It's not a cakewalk. It's a challenge to you to get healthy this year and beyond. 3 days per week, there's live coaching in the Facebook group. So if you know all the coaches at Natural Heart Doctor, they are phenomenal. It is on Facebook. It's the best place to house these things. I know people have issues with Facebook. I've got issues with Facebook. 2024, it's still the easiest place to get this done. So we've got a private Facebook group for that. When you do things in a team, it works. Alcoholics Anonymous, Gamblers Anonymous, Narcotics, Anonymous, Sugar Anonymous, Smoking Anonymous. These programs work because of the accountability, because you pay to be there and you show up and they guide you through it. And that's what we do. We guide you through it. Teamwork. We've got the exclusive Natural Heart Doctor recipe guide is included. And then we've got 4 nutritional supplements for detoxification and success inside of this program. Okay, so here's what the supplements are. Daily Defense. So the only choice you have to make here, again, like sign up, the only choice you got to come up with, what flavor Daily Defense do you want, vanilla or chocolate? Personally, I like chocolate, but they're both great. I'm a chocolate guy. So you get a bottle of Daily Defense. You get a bottle of Kickstart My Heart, which is a grass-fed liver heart complex. So if you're bison, so if you're thinking about you want to do the organs, but you're not sure about eating them, you can swallow them. American grass-fed, grass-finished bison, healthy liver heart stuff. The Magna 5 is our magnesium product with 5 different ingredients. That's really there to keep your bowels moving throughout the program and throughout any fasting. And then Optilipid helps to jumpstart your metabolics. Think about it as the natural Ozempic or Jardiance or Wegovy. That's what it is. Paula said the chocolate's amazing. I would agree. It is pretty amazing. And then, of course, you get access to our coaches. We're here to help you. We're here to guide you. We're here to get success. And we want beautiful testimonials that we're going to show you coming up in a second. So, and then you get educational videos. So it's a 21-day program. It'll be over by the end of January. And we suggest do it with a friend. Here's what Pam Hodge had to say. This program is worth every penny. The coaches are here for you every step of the way, giving you direction and encouragement. If you're serious about achieving the 100-year hearts while looking and feeling your best, please don't pass up this program. It's life-changing. It's easily over 4K in value. Now, if we make you as healthy as, if you become as healthy as you need to become, that value you would put on is yours. Now, we feel, of course, with the supplements and with the coaching compared to other programs, it's about $4,000. But actually, the price that we have it at is $497. But what we're going to do for people who are watching this webinar is the early bird people for signing up in the middle of December, it's $447 for this entire program. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the program up here for you. And again, all you got to do is click here for details. It takes you to another page. You're not going to lose where you're at. You're going to stay inside of this webinar. You're going to stay inside of this conversation. But that's what this is. Now, again, I'm willing to answer any and all questions, but if you open up another window, it'll stay open so you can hear me talk. You don't have to sign up like at this, immediately at this moment. But the whole idea is that when you sign up now, our coaches can get the enrolling process going on, get you the materials that you need, and Chuck and Jenny in shipping, they can get you, and Chance and everybody else down there in shipping, they can get the products out there to you. So all you do is click here for more details. And again, what is your plan to get healthy in 2024 if you don't? Please let me know, what is your plan in 2024 if you don't? So this is a gentleman who I saw several years ago who came to see me for cardiac clearance. He obviously was hundreds of pounds overweight. He was cardiac clearance for gastric bypass surgery. I told him about what the similar recommendations to what this program became into. And then I saw him 3 years later, and this is what he was when he sticks to a program like this. $447 is what it is. Now, you may say, I don't have the time for this. Well, Michelle and Kim, they're on this call right now. Michelle and Kim said they didn't have the time for this. They're busy. They're driving around the country. They're one of the amazing truck driver couple on the road who I met several years ago, and their transformation has been absolutely incredible. Michelle and Kim have both lost a tremendous amount of weight following these tenets, including fasting. Your doctor said you can't stop the pharma. You're concerned about what your local doctor is going to say. I don't care about them. I care about you. I care about you. I care about what your thoughts are and how you're going to succeed. Mark said, you know what? I don't care what my doctor thinks. I don't care what my doctor says, what can or can't be done. I'm going to work with Dr. Jack Wolfson. I'm going to follow the advice of Natural Heart Doctor. I'm going to do the intermittent fasting. And the guy looks like Iron Man. I could show these, slide after slide after slide. What will my friends think? What will my family think? I'm so nervous about what other people think. Don't worry about what other people think. This woman, she had some concerns again about what family, what friends, and she said, you know what? I'm doing my thing. And here she is later. She looks absolutely stellar. Just looks like a totally different woman. And just, you feel so much better. You feel so much lighter. You feel so much more motivated. You fit in the airplane seat. You are the inspiration of the family. You're the talk of the town. How exciting is that? Really spectacular. Really, really, really spectacular. So a lot of times people ask a lot of different questions into here, and there are some, fantastic strategies. Question, how long are the sessions? The sessions are under an hour. They can, mostly happen during the day, and there will be a schedule that's put out, but you get the recording. So there's a no stress zone. There's a no stress zone. If you don't have a cardiac condition, it doesn't matter. This is good for anybody and everybody. Harriet's asking for an 11-year-old. I don't really recommend 11-year-olds do fasting, but I definitely recommend 11-year-olds follow all the other things that I said besides the fasting program. So, and really focus, especially for an 11-year-old girl, focus on eating those good foods or swallowing those capsules. Focus more so on what to eat, and then focus on eating clean, getting the chemicals out. If you miss a week, you can, again, participate as much as you can. I don't think we're going to offer this again during the year, probably a year from now. So if your New Year's resolution 25 is to do what you didn't do in 24, then this would be great. If you can't take one of the supplements, give it to a friend. There's really no reason why you can't take any of these supplements. They're all built into the course perfectly, but you can give it to a friend or a family member. If you need to switch out some of the recipes or food options, totally will help with that. If you've got food allergies, our coaches will help with that. If you're out of the country, not a problem. It's just we have to, if you're going to do the course and take the supplements, then you got to do that. What about your pharmaceuticals? Take them, but while you're fasting, you want to be careful, because if you're on blood sugar drugs, blood sugar can drop, blood pressure can drop, and we can help guide you through that as well. So, Paula, yes, the program includes, the supplements are built in. It's like $240 worth of supplements inside of this program. Okay. So there it is. The only decision you have to make here, people, as far as I'm concerned, it's easier for me to say because I'm doing it. I got my supplements. I'll be ready for the fasting. I love this because even myself, I need accountability. Sometimes life gets, in the way of health and wellness. And it's like, if I don't sign up for something and if I don't participate, then next thing you know, months go by and I didn't do the fasting. I didn't do, what I preached. Okay, so the only decision, again, is the flavor of the daily defense, chocolate or vanilla. Pick which one, and you'll be well on your way. And again, I'm just so excited for everyone inside of this program. So many opportunities, and there you go. John Bliss, this program is perfect for you, man. The fasting portion, all this stuff is great. The supplements are built in. All that stuff is there. The program, is 21 days. It's 21 days. Tanya, if you're taking medications that require food, then at this point in time for this year, hopefully in the future we can get you off the pharmaceuticals. But at this point, you'll probably want to do so with a little bit of food. The more you fast or the less you eat in this, the better off you're going to be. But our coaches can help guide you through that. Sasha is started on Lipitor. I hate statin drugs. I don't prescribe statin drugs. I've got a lot of information about statin drugs for you. Okay. Terry, is chocolate drink a meal substitute? The chocolate drink has 220 calories, so it's not a big meal. It's more of like a decent snack. It could be a meal, obviously. I mean, there's plenty of times when that's all I had for breakfast. And I was quite happy with that. Mark Deary lost over 40 pounds. Wow. Through this New Year's challenge last year. Let's see here. Meredith says she'll try the chocolate. Margie, I want to do this, but I'm worried about taking care of my spouse during the 21 days. Margie, I don't know why this would interfere with you taking care of your spouse. I think actually it's going to give you more energy to take care of your spouse. I really, really, really do. Dan, does anyone know how long the fasts have to be to reverse calcium and cardiovascular disease? The longer you fast, the better, Dan. But I think once you hit that 72-hour mark, I think you're doing really well. And I think if you do that repeatedly over time, in addition to all these other strategies, I think we start seeing plaque reversal. So Karen's in for the 4th year in a row. At least someone's keeping track on the number of years we've been doing this. I use coconut aminos. Karen, actually, I'm not a big coconut. I mean, it's not that I'm not a fan. I just don't feel like I need it. Last night we did have some raw salmon at the restaurant, some raw wild salmon, and my wife Heather and the girls, they dipped it in the liquid aminos, coconut aminos from Coconut Secret. Coconut Secret is there you go. Carol, no problem about protein when you're fasting. You don't need protein when you're fasting. Cynthia, hubby do cancer treatment, do during cancer treatment. That's okay. Fantastic. Judith, yeah, instead of Bragg's liquid aminos that I think Bill Gates just bought Bragg's company. That's what I heard most recently. Double check that if you want. We prefer Coconut Secret coconut aminos to that. And Susan Johnson, she loves fasting. And Mary said, the bone broth. It's really up to what you want to do. Mary says she's committing. Top supplements everyone should be on. Kickstart My Heart, Daily Defense. I named some pretty good ones there, Maxine. We got more information on that website. We got some good stuff. As far as different bread cheats, if people want that as well. So, John, you got it, brother. Hope everything's well with you. Kevin, how can this program help me get off my recently prescribed statin and blood pressure drugs? Kevin, that's real simple. Again, I'm not telling you to stop or start pharmaceuticals. I'm not doing that because I'm not your treating physician. If you want me or one of my team to take care of you, we will. But typically when someone stops a statin drug, they stop it cold turkey. Blood pressure drugs are more slowly weaned off. I suggest you see how you progress in this program, and then by the end of the program, can you stop the blood pressure drugs in working with your doctor? Carol, what if you have a work trip for 3 days during this? Well, again, you can you don't have to participate for those days. If you do participate for those days, the better off you will be. But the challenge is what you make out of it. There's no penalty that we give you for taking a few days off or not participating. And we do have some really cool, different, gifts and specials and stuff like that inside of the program to help you through that. Our coaches have been doing this for years. Ashley Swanson is our lead nutritionist at Natural Heart Doctor. She's been with me since, I believe, 2015, potentially before that. So our coaches, Ashley, Laura, Allie, Sherry, Angeline, Maya. We got a great team to be able to support you people. I promise. Becky Horton says she's finally off her blood pressure drugs. Sam, you can do this. You can do a 3-day water fast. I like to do it at least every quarter. So 4 times per year. And we talk about after the fast, especially at 72-hour, you want to go real slow, trying to maybe like a bone broth or an avocado, maybe Daily Defense. We'll talk about that inside of the program for you. Electrolytes, we definitely recommend electrolyte products for you, and we'll tell you about that inside of the course. And Sharon, if you have any questions there, Sharon Kelly, email us. And there you go. Terry Bauer, insulin is 29. Woo! That's high. You will never lose weight with an insulin level of 29. Normal insulin is under 5. And at the end of a 3-day water fast, in most situations, your insulin levels will be very low. And what happens when your insulin is low, the fat cells open up and all the fat starts draining out. That's literally what happens. It's so simple. When your insulin level drops, the fat floods out. Depending on how much weight you need to lose, it may take that much longer for those insulin levels to come down, but it will. It will. Stevie Ann, have you heard of colostrum? Yes, and I do think sometimes that is good for as a supplement as well. I think that is pretty good. Susan Arthur, are there benefits for AFib? 1,000%, for sure. Totally. So again, I'm super excited to have everybody here. I'm super excited for everyone at least staying to the end of this presentation. We've got a lot of people on this call. A lot of people are excited about getting into the program. And the sign up box and sign up page is available for you. Remember, it's just $447 is what the cost is at this point, what the investment is in your health. And again, I'm so excited that you're here. Check out, talk about it with whoever you need to talk about it with. We're here to help. And I have been on long enough. I'm going to go have some dinner, and I'm excited for all of you to join us in the 100 Year Heart New Year's Jumpstart, the 100 Year Heart Challenge. We will